Hello, hello. Welcome to day number 2 on Cyan Beach Expert Mode for the Summer Festival. This is going to be the first sleep research on this island. I got a crit for dinner yesterday. For dinner. And that helped me reach grade 3 right before I put my Go++ to bed, which means that I could technically see a natural Hawlucha spawn. That being said, I used my incense because we have the mission and Hawlucha is snoozing. I'm not too hard pressed on catching Hawlucha, so I don't see myself as hoarding the incenses in that case. Might as well use it. That's what I'm trying to say. So we have 7 spawns, 8 with the good camp ticket, and 9 actually with the incense. And I already see a Totodile, which is something I am looking for, and that's good. And Psyduck candy is great for my Golduck. I also saw a Squirtle up there. Now this is pseudo-balanced, which is why we're seeing different sleep types. Ooh, another Psyduck. And an Igglybuff. So far, the spawns are kind of meh. But it's okay. We have 4 more. One of them is Hawlucha. There it is. Ooh, and Clefairy. Wow. Alright. Clefairy and 2 Eevee. Bundled up sleep. Very nice. Subtle, but I appreciate the... Again, I don't know. I know that it's being made in Spine, and maybe that makes it easier, but seeing the feathers flap is really impressive. Okay. Well, my choice is pretty easy then, because I don't really need any of these. The main thing that interests me is the Totodile. So unless Hawlucha is hungry, I think that's what I'm going to do. We have Squirtle. Ah, so close. Nope. If that's the case, then I will just go for the Totodile. I'm expecting to see more Hawlucha in the future. And again, it's not a necessity or anything that is meta-defining for me. Also, after recording yesterday, I mentioned that I might be interested in making the weaker new curry, because I might be able to do it with 2. But I will say that yes, it's stronger than the Dream Eater Butter Curry, but the difference is not that big. And the one thing that the Dream Eater Butter Curry has over that dish, that bun, is how I'm able to make it with basically... Let's see if... I'll stick with the Hawlucha candy. It's its debut anyway. Okay, I'll get back to the curry in a moment. Let's see, the Dream Shards and XP. That's not bad. Wow. First day. Not even 8 spawns. Well, natural spawns. That's very impressive. Alright, Totodile, come on. Modest is not good. No BFS at level 10. You'll have to be stellar to overcome this. And no. Wow, Modest is the worst nature for a berry specialist, and unfortunately, this little guy has nothing to offer. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is the way I can make the Dream Eater Butter Curry is with my Venusaur, which covers 2 ingredients, my Cresselia, which covers for cacao, and my Espeon, which covers for milk. Out of these, only Venusaur is an ingredient specialist. Espeon brings the milk and brings strength, and Cresselia is my healer, my strength provider, and my cacao provider. So I'm basically, if I were to make the bun instead of the Dream Eater Butter Curry, I will be trading off one generalist, you might want to say, for another ingredient specialist. And I don't think that the difference in dish strength is worth the sacrifice in strength that I could generate from a generalist or a berry specialist. Now this, I'm not saying I will never make that dish. Maybe there will be an opportunity where, I don't know, maybe it could be beneficial under certain circumstances, and obviously I would like to unlock the dish. But you cannot argue with the fact that I'm in a very unique position with that Dream Eater Butter Curry. Which is why I'm still aiming for the Pump Caboose 2. Because the Pump Caboose 2 is really... They really knocked it out of the park with its strength. And the fact that you only need 69 ingredients to make that. It's... I would argue, unless you can make... And even then, I think that is... It is much stronger than the Keema Curry, the Corn Keema Curry. It takes less ingredients, and I believe the Corn Keema Curry is the last recipe that you could make without a good camp ticket or a pot expander. What I'm trying to say is, I think, really, if you can find a way to make... not a crit. If you can find a way to make it the Pump Caboose 2 with 2 ingredient specialists, it could be that this is the strongest, or one of the strongest curry options overall, because of the amount of flexibility it gives you with the rest of your team. But obviously this is just for me and my own playstyle. And yeah, and I'm always trying to think back if there is a way to make... I think there is a way to make the new strongest curry that we just got with 2 Pokemon. Not ones I have. But I think you can pull it off. No, wait. Yes, I think you can pull it off with a Tyranitar that has AAC, so coverage for ginger and sausages, and the Gengar. Now this will have to be a cracked Gengar, and you will only be able to make that with a good camp ticket unless you have some reserves or something else. But an AAB Gengar. But it will need to be a cracked Gengar. It is possible. Which kind of makes me want to hunt for another Ghastly with that combo. But it's like, it's a pipe dream. I'm not really into investing in a second Pokemon of the same type. I don't like that idea. I like variety. But if you want to try and make that curry with 2, I think currently this is your best option without rotation. Espeon might get really close to level up. Sceptile will level up before the end of the week. I'm curious to know how high I could reach in terms of Team RP if all of them were at level 70. Okay, you... off you go. Now I'm about to level up, which is cool. I should reach Ultra... don't remember, I think it's 1? I should reach 8 spawns today. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, time to use a Cramomatic, and I'm continuing with the Wobbuffet candy. I'm gonna deplete all of the Wobbuffet candy I have, and then I'll move on to the Slowpoke candy. 2 Pokemon I don't ever see myself using. And we got 1 Psychic type candy. It could also come in handy if, by some happenstance, I stumble into a good Natu. Maybe before the Mewtwo event. And another Psychic candy. Alright, one more time. Of course, my bag is full. Let's see if I have more. Yeah, 3 Handy Candy S. Charizard. Here you go, sweetheart. Sweetheart is not something you would probably say to a Charizard. Oh, we have a crit! What do we get? 2 ground type candy. If only I had a ground type to invest in. But, Mudkip is slightly boosted, so hopefully I could see some this week. I need only 2 more to reach friendship level 40. Hopefully I won't need it. Alright, and we have grade 4. And let's check on Nap Island. Okay, more Latios candy and another handy candy. Now, we do have... there is a new moon day this week. And I'm contemplating on whether to use... maybe not all of the Piplup instances, but maybe 1 or 2. I don't know. Is it... I don't think it starts tonight. Because we didn't have anything in the splash screen. Okay, Thursday. So tomorrow night is the first night. Okay, good to know. Alright, that is all for today. Until next time, have a good one.